What's up YouTube? Sam here at Too Many Hobbies. Today we're in the kitchen and we're going to be installing this knife organizer from Ikea into our knife drawer here. Now I knew my cabinet was an 18-inch cabinet, but 18 inches is actually just your door or your drawer pull out there, and then my actual inside cabinet measurements here is just under 13.5 inches. And I wasn't 100% sure on that when I went in. This is 15 by 20. Now, the length on this is going to be perfectly fine, but the width on it is going to be too much. So, we're going to make this work in here. I could put it in another cabinet, but this is where I have my stuff, and I like my setup. And if I put it into the next size cabinet, then I've got a little bit of waste on the side here. And I don't know about you, but I just don't have an inch to spare. So, we're going to make this work here and stick around. Alright, so our overall plan for this is, I like this side of the setup here, but I kind of feel like this is wasted. I'd like to have a divider in here. This is where all my main larger knives are going to go. And then I'd like to set up a divider in this. There's really no point in this sideboard here because your knife is going to be sitting here. There's nothing that's going to be really falling out. So what my plan is here with my dimensions that I've written down and everything, again, the length is fine, but what we're going to do is we're going to come in and we're just going to basically cut this side off flush here on the bottom here, and then on this side we are going to match this cut and come down and basically just cutting off just this piece here so that way this is all remaining. There's really no point for this board, and then we're going to reuse this piece here as a divider over here, and then that should get us pretty close to our overall dimensions. Down here at the bottom of this is right at about 13. Once I get the stuff cut off, we'll double check, but we'll see where we're at. I'll probably be probably closer to 12 3/4 of an inch. But what we're going to do is try and just square everything up, take this piece off, and we're going to reuse this board over here to cut it and put it into the divider here. Alright, now we're out here in the garage. I got my Hitachi or Matoba, whatever you want to call them out there. Try not to do that. Anyway, oh, it's got that rustic look everybody wants. We're going to set this up on the saw. We're going to cheat and just set our blade off of this angle here to give us our cut. And then our first cut is going to be taking this piece off, and then we'll go from there. See what our measurement's going to be. Because of the way that this thing flares out at the top, you're losing all this space. So again, we're going to come in and cut off this piece for right now. Okay, so we got that side cut off. All right, so now we're going to straighten up the blade and we're going to cut this off. Again, we're going to square this piece off on this side because we have to make this thing. Right now, this top piece is at about 14 inches and I need to be at about 13.5. So we're going to square this off and then we'll reuse this piece and then reattach it across straight. Alright, so let's see what this overall measurement is now. So we're just under 13. So here's the piece that we just cut off. So the plan is to leave this edge the way it is, and then to come back in and attach this. And so we're at just, what would we say, just under 13. Yeah, just under 13 plus about 1/4 of an inch. So it'll be probably, just throw that anywhere, probably about 1/8 inch of a wiggle room to be able to slide this down in. So if we can get that, then I'll be good. So let's go over here to the sander and let's get all this stuff cleaned up. So this is the piece that we cut off first that we matched the angle with, okay? And then this is the second piece. Instead of trying to cut this all off and everything, and as you can see, the ends of these dovetails are wanting to come out a little bit. I didn't think that was actually going to be dovetailed in. Surprise. So this one is already cut straight. So we'll use this on the new piece that we're going to glue in, and then we'll put this side facing in that you'll see, and then this side's going to go up against your drawer and you're not going to ever see it. And then this piece here we'll take and we'll cut down to be our divider piece. So let me show you what you're talking about here. Okay, so here's our piece. There's the piece that we cut off. So we're going to take our new piece that we just cut, and that's going to get glued this way, and then we're going to take this other piece and then we'll cut it down to act as our divider. So with that, we want to be careful to not mess up too much of this finish because it's going to be showing. This edge here can go down and you're not going to see too much of that. So let's get this all taken care of and nailed in first, and then we'll figure out what our measurement is and go from there. All right, we'll sand this off a little bit, but again, this is going to go right up against your cabinet. This is going to be your cabinet face. You're not going to see that. Now, this here you're going to see a little bit, so we're going to be selective of how this is going to go in. Now, I'm probably going to have it to where, so you can see, pull out your drawer, and then your knife ends are this way, so you're grabbing the knife end. So that's going to be down in the back that you're probably not going to pull out all the way. So look at this here. So you don't want that end out, so we can either go this way or this way. And I'll probably end up going just like that. Alright, a little bit of footage got deleted for some reason. All you missed was gluing up that first piece, just using some quick set Gorilla Glue here, and then we're going to glue in this divider, and that'll about be it.